On this episode of Forever Home, we're working on some wolf portrait siding and getting that installed on the back of this house where we're solving some water damage issues. Let's take a walk up and we'll give you a closer look at what's going on. So if you remember from our previous video, this is the corner that had dirt piled up both beside it and in front of it here, and had a lot of water to get into their basement and cause some musty, mold, damp, wet smell. And so we were able to get all that taken apart, cleaned up, taken care of where it needed to be. And the next step is to get the new siding product up. And we wanted something, we've really encouraged them to drop this patio down 8 inches so they get some step out, and also to help with some of the splash, because you can see how the water the dirt just splashes up on the door, splashes up on here, and if the dirt's getting up there on the edges, then you know that water is getting there as well. And from the longevity of your home, that's not a good sign. You don't want the water splashing up against the foundation there when you don't have waterproof products involved. This is basically a slab here, and their framing comes right down top of it, and it's just they're in danger there, and we want to make sure that gets resolved. So let's take a look at this wolf portrait siding. So this is basically the same material as you would find in a deck board. You can kind of see the edge profile here, and it clips in a little bit differently. These pieces actually clip down from the top on top of the piece below it, as opposed to normal vinyl siding, which clips up from the bottom and then gets nailed at the top. So it's a little bit different install, much more difficult to section out and replace a piece in the middle of this. It's definitely going to be a challenge. And then they give you color codes for the different brands that are out there for your lighting support blocks and trim pieces and all the other pieces that go into that. So we've matched our J channel here to the stucco so that when we do whatever repairs need to be made to this, it's going to just tie in and match nicely with what's going on there. And then we transition to the color of this. The guys, you can see, have our window tape up around these doors. So these were recently installed by a installer from the manufacturer, and there's some things that we were concerned about that they didn't do the head flash right, some other different things. So we took their trim back off, we put our own tape and flash on to where it needed to be, and now we're going to work around that. So we've got this piece on, back up so you can see kind of what's going on. We've brought that side up, brought this side up, we've got that run across, got the lighting block incorporated here, and then we've got our next one ready to go down here for the receptacle, and then we'll have one more light for the other side, and we're waiting for that to come in. Again, materials in 2021. What a joy this has been. This is a product called Block It. It's from Wolf. It's designed to be used with their product. And what this is there are all sorts of dimples in here, and those dimples that even if you pressed a piece of plexiglass straight against here, if you poured water down, it would run behind the plexiglass between all these little channels and get to the bottom. And that's what we're talking about when we say that we want some sort of a rain screen or a drain cavity. That's what this material is creating. And there's several different products that help do that. Hydro Gap is one of the ones that we use a lot with James Hardy board. This is their specific one, so we're gonna stick with their products to make them happy with everything layered correctly. Top goes on top of bottom. Tape it just for good measure, for kicks and giggles. And you'll see that we ran the tape up here first and then the piece over the top second. We are using some starter strip up here at the top, and this is a bit of fiasco to try to make sure we got the right product for Wolf, because it's very specific. It's not just a piece of siding channel turned around, or at least that's not what we wanted. We want to make sure we actually got Wolf branded starter strip to put this in. So that was back and forth with the manufacturers a couple times. The guys have started putting on the water table here with a drip cap. That drip cap runs up behind, and the goal is that if any moisture were to come down behind the upper part of the siding, it would wind up on top of our drip cap and come down and out. So the guys are setting that up. And what happened before was the old board and batten just sat in behind there and they had a gap. So the way the house system was set up is designed to have that cavity there. And so we want to make sure that we're bringing anything that comes out in front of this new portrait siding product. So you'll notice that we have left the trim work for last, and we actually have a product. It's an AZAC looking material that has a built-in J-channel. And that's going to get installed after the fact. It's how portrait siding from Wolf, their instruction manual said they want it done. They want that installed after the fact, so that's what we're going to do that. And then this one has been back and forth with the manufacturer. She had this installed again by a factory authorized rep at some point, and for whatever reason, they did not pop the nail fin out and attach it to the OSB. And they just tucked it in there, and the guy's response was, well, just if you're worried about it, spray foam it and put some window tape over it and it'll be fine. I'm not happy with that. Norm's not happy with that. So we're having a conversation with the customer about whether they want us to pull that door out, install it correctly, put it back in, and use that nailing flange as part of the waterproofing and securement system to make sure the door is right. And we're going to see what they decide about that. It might be possible that we can fabricate something with some metal and nail it on there, but by rights, that nailing plan should be out and it should be nailed to the wall. And whatever excuses these guys are giving is just bogus. But that's my opinion, and we're sticking to it. So we'll see what the decision winds up being on this, whether that door is going to get pulled and installed correctly or just left as it is, and we're going to try to waterproof it the best way is. I will tell you this, if we go that direction and we've let the homeowner know that we're going to ask them to sign off on a disclaimer saying, look, we've told you this is not right, you've asked us to move forward with it anyways, and so we're not taking liability or responsibility if anything leaks with this door down the road because it's not installed correctly in our opinion. So that's just some paperwork that we'll have to take care of if we decide to want to go in that direction. And then once we get the wolf siding the rest of the way across and everything done, then we can start work on the stucco project. That is something for another day. If we can help solve a problem for you, roofing, siding, windows, doors, decks, anything on the interior of your home, remodel your bathroom, renovate your kitchen, finish your basement, give our team a call. We can build you an addition, a custom dream house, a new garage, whatever it may be that you're struggling with at your place. We'd be happy to help. Take a picture of the problem that's bugging you, message us to us right here on Facebook. Click that contact us button at the top there by our cover photo. And reach out to our team. If you prefer to call by phone, we're available weekdays 9:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. We have a full dedicated office staff standing by to answer your calls at 484-748-0008. Choose option 2 for Coat Built, your full service construction and renovation company, and extension 2 for new projects. We are a Pennsylvania home improvement contractor number 88078 and licensed in Newcastle County 10490. Remember, we're finished with your project. You're going to be proud to say it's not just done, it was Coat Built. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, click the notifications bell so you get notified of all our upcoming videos that are going to help you know the right questions to ask as you're interviewing a contractor for work on your house. If you've got something to say, something you'd like to let us know, you got a question to ask, hit us down in the comments. We'll try to read all those and get back to you as quickly as we can. And we look forward to hearing from you. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of Forever Home. Bye for now.